Hello, my happy quilters. Here we are again, Marcia and Joy, coming to you from Pine Needles Quilt and Sew in Rochester, Minnesota. And oh my goodness, we have something very, very exciting coming up very, very soon. We're going to be doing a new block of the month, and it's called Chatsworth, and it's by our friend Doug Leko. And this is the premiere of this. It's going to be a book, but it's a block of the month, and we did some of the testing for him in the beginning, and so we get to roll out this wonderful, wonderful block of the month quilt to you before anybody else. It's pretty exciting, isn't it, Joy?
It is very exciting.
So anyways, we are going to be starting, and every week we're going to have some videos, some how-to videos for you. They're going to come out every other week, and at the bottom here there will be the schedule. They're going to be every other Tuesday starting on August 8th, and we'll have all the details for you. But we just want to tell you just a little bit about this block of the month and how it's going to work here at Pine Needles. So we have four different colorways, and so we're kind of excited about that. And should we go through the colorways first, Joy? So that we can get the taste of the quilts here.
Do you want to highlight the one behind us first?
This is the actual quilt, and of course you can't see it, but we do have a special landing page that is also listed in the links that you can see all the different colorways. But for now, we're just going to show you all the fabrics. This one happens to be the grunge one. So grunge with
marshmallow.
Roasted marshmallows.
All
right, background. That's right.
Okay.
Okay, let's start. Let's get it started. If you'll put it down here. All right, so this is one of our picks, and this is the batiks, and these are a beautiful array of beautiful, beautiful batiks by Island Batik. And we also have the accent color, and the accent color is the star points. We'll go over that in a little bit. And look at this. You get all of this. I don't remember how many yards of background are in this, but it's a lot. And this is the background that you're going to get. This is kind of looks like clouds, but it's kind of like a blue, gray, white in here. So this is the batik color selection. These are what you're going to use. This is your accent color, and then this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful background fabric. So then next we have, for those traditionalists, and we've got a lot of them, and Joy and I might be included in this group. However, we're known to go out of our box from time to time. So this is our Kansas Trouble colorway, and all the wonderful traditional colors of Lynn Hagemeyer of Kansas Trouble of Moda. So we've got the blues, the cranberries, some blacks, the kind of deep purples, the golds, and then we've got greens. And the difference on this one, where it's not one great big piece of yardage, we've got Kansas Trouble's background. So this is going to be a little more scrappy, but you can see these are all kind of tone on tone. They do have some colors in them, but this is a beautiful color selection for traditionalists. And then we also have, this is a Bella Silky Black Solid, and this is what's going to be used for the accents on the quilts. So this then is for the traditional quilt lovers. And then we've got two colorways in grunge. But the grunges for all of the blocks and for the stars that are in here is made with these colors of grunge, and then the accent is this black, beautiful black grunge, and then we have two choices for backgrounds. So this one is roasted marshmallow, and this one is called paper gray. So you can see they're just a little bit different. This one is a little warmer. This one has a little cooler tones. So you can pick one or the other to go with all of these. These will be the same in every kit, roasted marshmallow or paper gray. So those are the four colorways that we have. And now we want to talk a little bit about the actual what quilt and what we're going to do here.
Okay.
So this book is coming out. So what you're going to get is a nicely printed pattern. But what's exciting about this is when the book comes out, Doug has agreed that we get the first copies off of the press and you get them signed by Doug, and we're going to mail you those books, or you can pick them up in the shop if you're local. So you'll be one of the first ones to get the copy of the book. And in the book are going to be some bonus projects and some other things. And as time goes on, we'll be showing you some of those on our bi-weekly videos as well. But every single time, if you want to pop down here again, there's plenty of different things, but every sheet on here, this is block 1. So these are 8-inch blocks, and you have enough to make in the kit to make the entire quilt. So every other week, we're going to go through one different block as we go along, and you can see it just goes on and on. We're going to work through the blocks first and then the finishing. So we're going to do these in with many different ways. So in the pattern, Doug has all traditional piecing. And of course, we're going to do it in traditional piecing, but we're going to give you 2 other options.
We are. Can I talk about those now?
Absolutely.
All right. So one of the first options we're going to use is the Accuquilt Go Cube 8-inch blocks. So if you have this in your sewing studio, dig it out, because this is the primary block that we will be using, in addition to the 2.5-inch strips. So we will be telling you which shape you need to create these blocks. We have them here in the store, so if you need them, you can order them as well.
Right, and these are all totally optional because we know that some of you have a hard time cutting, and this is a great if you have arthritis in your hands or whatever. And some people, it makes cutting a little bit faster.
It does, but we know you're out there,
but
so we
these
want to
are
include
options
this
for you.
Yes.
All of the instructions in here are traditional piecing, just so you know.
Meaning you just need a typical cutting ruler, whether it's a big rectangular strips ruler or a square.
Exactly.
And because we are who we are,
Yep.
we have one more cutting option for you, because we know you are out there and you may have a selection of specialty rulers in your life, or maybe you've been wondering how they all work. We are going to also be highlighting the use of specialty rulers. Now, the set we plan to use during our demonstrations are by K. England, and the triangles come in a set of 4. The 2 we are going to actually use from this set are the quarter square triangle ruler and the half square triangle ruler. So we are going to help you learn how to cut strips of fabric so you actually use less fabric in your piecing with more accurate finished results.
Exactly.
And then also
There is a strip set as well, and she has, or a square base set, which includes a 14.5-inch square, this ruler and this ruler. This probably is the one that we're going to use to cut our strips with. There is also Creative Grids has a great set of rulers as well that you can use. So whatever you have, there's easy angle rulers too. They all basically do the same thing, but we're going to give you options of how to cut how you want to cut.
And last but not least,
Oh,
an
not
essential ruler, not least,
Leko.
Doug Leko has a mini simple folded corner ruler. This will be used whether we use the traditional, the rulers, or the Accuquilt, because even with the Accuquilt, you do need this tool by Doug called the Mini Simple Folded Corners Ruler. It's amazing, and we have it in our shop.
Yep, and then coming later on, you can see all the flying geese, the piece flying geese back there. Doug is coming out with some paper piecing papers to make those easier. So as time goes on, this will finish, I think, the end of the December, the first part of January. For us, every other week, those will be here, and we'll be demonstrating his paper piecing way also to cutting them with rulers as well. All of the accent, you can see them all, the flying geese over here too.
So you're going to want to make sure you pick up the kits so you have them ready to start. You can watch the videos as often as you'd like.
You can start, if they're watching this later on, you can start at any time during the year. We have, in order to do this though, you do have to buy the kit. This pattern is not available separately until probably the very end of this year, 2023, but you're going to get the book. So you're going to get the book. You're going to get this pattern, you get to get started, and then you'll have the book signed by Doug that will be coming to you in the mail, or you can pick it up at the shop later on when they're off the press. So that's extremely fun. So for Joy and I, we're going to show you what we're going to use while we have these quilts done. You can see them on our landing page for the Chatsworth Block of the Month. But we're going to, for the 3 choices, the traditional, the ruler set, and with the Accuquilt, we are going to be using different fabrics. And I am going to be using, this line of fabric is Harvest Wishes by Deb Strain. And I'm also going to try out, there's a lot of 2.5-inch strips. I'm going to try out using a jelly roll. Now these are for the 8-inch blocks, a jelly roll to make the 8-inch blocks as well. So I will probably be doing the traditional and with the rulers. So, and then Joy,
I'm going to use Blizzard because I have a goal of having Christmas quilts in all my rooms. So I'm going to be using Blizzard. Mine's going to be a scrappy look along with a big piece of fabric to do all the common areas when we get to the finishing part of this quilt. So that will be exciting, and I'll be highlighting the Accuquilt cutting instructions for you.
Absolutely. And of course, as time goes by, we might change things, but her plan is to make the entire quilt out of that one. Mine is to make the blocks and then to use the optional patterns. I think he's got some table toppers and table runners and other things you can make out of this Chatsworth when the book comes out. So my plan is to make my 8-inch blocks and then wait for the book to come out, and then I'm going to show you some of the other projects that are going to be featured in this book. So buckle up, because we're going to have a really good time here at Pine Needles Quilt and Sew. To all our friends right here locally and all across the nation, we invite you to come and quilt with us on this wonderful new block of the month called Chatsworth. And you pick up your kits, you can join at any time, and we are looking forward to having a good time quilting with them, aren't we?
We are.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much.
Absolutely. So we're going to button this up for today, and we will see you August 8th. Will be the first live. Well, it will not be live. These will be recorded videos, but you can make all sorts of comments. You can ask questions, and we will get to the comment section just as quickly as we can. So,
and one last thing,
Yeah.
they're going to be on our YouTube channel, and they'll be linked down below in the comment area.
yes, absolutely. So they'll be both. We'll put the link probably on Facebook over to the YouTube channel, so you can watch them there at your leisure. So
Right.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We're coming to you from Pine Needles Quilt and Sew in Rochester, in Minnesota. So here's to the new Chatsworth Block of the Month.